G'day everybody, welcome back to my playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we follow the story of Henry, the blacksmith's son, as he makes his way through a strife-torn medieval Bohemia in 1403. Now, in last episode, I participated in a search for some heretics in Ushitz with an inquisitor who was sent to the area, and I was able to engineer things that, even though the heretics, Waldensians in this case, were identified, they were able to get away. Now, however, I did complete the quest for Lady Stephanie of Talmberg to get the crown. This thing's for her cousin's wedding, Sophie. Crown with the Moldavite set in it, the special wine, and also a roan horse that she's to ride, the wedding ceremony. And when I did that, I accepted the offer of a fine shirt as a thank you from Lady Stephanie, but wound up being kind of trapped in a decision-making process where Lady Stephanie and I got to know each other a lot better. Now, I wanted to kind of talk about this. Henry has slept with two people in the game now. One was while he was drunk with Father Godwin. Not sleeping with Father Godwin, but sleeping with the alehouse maid in Ushitz. I'm going to say that happened before I grew that attached to Teresa. And I was drunk and still not 100% with it, but more explainable. Now, sleeping with Lady Stephanie, the way I'm playing Henry is he is quite devoted to Teresa and is concentrating on wooing her. Now, what happened with Stephanie? Well, whilst I had no opportunity to apply a handbrake, Lady Stephanie was talking about how she wanted children. And her situation is that her husband, Lord Divish, was held in a dungeon by an enemy for 7 years and came back to her a broken man. So the way I'm thinking of it is that whilst they had two pregnancies and no successes, she is trying to get pregnant again, and Sir Divish, Lord of Talmberg, isn't physically up to the task. And when I'd expressed concern about Sir Divish interrupting them, she said, no, he won't come and disturb us. So I'm thinking maybe it's a case of willful ignorance here. For some reason, Stephanie and Lord Divish decided that I would be a fine enough sample of strapping manhood to be the father of their child. This is just a theory, and why Sir Divish would want to be the father to the biological son of a blacksmith's son, that doesn't seem clear at this point. I mean, I'm a peasant after all, aren't I? Anyhow, that's the way I'm going to explain it. And I think what Henry's first response should be is to go to his lodgings in the Talmberg village, sit on the bed, and instead of processing this whole situation and the implications of him being unfaithful to Teresa, who he is not officially with, but even so, Henry's going to get drunk. And one thing of moonshine, and where are we? Bam. Henry is drunk. Actually, let's do it again. I'm stuffed. No, it won't let me do it because I'm too full. But Henry's going to go and sleep it off. He's not sure if he'll ever mention this again. Okay. Now I'm off to find that place where the Cumans are.
Yeah.
Right, I just received a little strange prompt there that said the heretics have been arrested. Okay, apparently they didn't make it far away enough, fast enough. Still have to report to Sir Hanush about that, but oh well. I did what I could. I gave them warning, I gave them a head start. Now, I think around here is where I have to cross over to damn, I've gone the absolute wrong direction. I thought it was the Cuman camp up here. I feel like a right idiot. Please forgive me. I gotta turn around and go back. Okay, so I changed my mind and actually rode just a little bit further ahead to Rovna, which is the neighbouring hamlet to Skalitz, where everybody got killed. You might remember a church with a whole lot of bodies. That's the one right up here. I'll put my bow away because there's this guy just here by himself.
I'm honoured that you should come to me.
Thank you.
I see there's not much going on around here. So you've stayed here on your own?
Quite so.
Pretty
All by
ballsy.
myself. All the others were either killed by the Cumans or fled to Rattay.
The latter group
sorry
were
to
pretty
hear that.
smart.
And
There are
what's
still
keeping you
Cumans in the
here, alone?
district.
My older brother ran away with the wandering players. So when our father was on his deathbed, he made me swear I'd never leave our home.
I can see you took your vow seriously.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did.
I can understand that.
And it's starting to get dangerous around
Give
here.
your word to a parent,
Again.
The
whether they're
Cumans.
still with us or not. You keep
If
it.
it were Cumans, I'd grab an axe and that would be that.
I made promises to
A
Mum
week
before she
back, some
passed,
rabble made
and
their
I
way through
kept
here.
those promises.
They begged me for food, and mark my words, they weren't taking no for an answer. If they'd been just a tad hungrier, I swear they would have stormed the cottage.
There are gangs like that around, true enough.
Okay. Yeah, it's a
I
terrible
saw the
thing.
mess they left behind.
Sure is.
Savages.
It was horrible. People tried to find shelter in the church, but them dogs was waiting.
Yep.
They knew too well that's where folk would try to hide.
And where did you hide?
Happens a lot of
By
times
the
in
grace
history.
of God,
Innocent
I
people
got my
seeking
family away
sanctuary in a
into the
church
woods.
only to have the
I don't see
doors
your
of the
family
church
with
kicked
you.
in and be
I hope those
massacred, or the
bastards didn't
church set
sniff
on
them out.
fire.
no,
Sanctity of the
no,
church
it takes
didn't
better
always
man
hold,
than them to track
but-
me down.
Often it did.
I sent my wife to Rattay with some others.
That's smart.
Do you think folk will ever go back to their homes?
Oh, I don't know about Skalitz, but the folk here are sure to want to come back. The only thing they're missing is spiritual support.
Do you mean the priest?
It does look like a nice little part
Indeed.
of the world
When the land's at war,
when it's not being
noblemen fight
torched
to
and
protect their
attacked by
property.
humans.
But simple folk want someone to tend their souls.
Of course. But it was the Skalitz parish priest who ministered here, wasn't it?
He did. But there's been no sign of
There's
him
no
since
church
the
in
attack.
Skalitz.
Or at least he's definitely not in Rattay among the refugees.
That's true enough. I didn't see him there.
But if you're interested, young fella, maybe you could help us find the priest we need here.
Yeah. Since I'm here,
I can always ask. But I've really got no idea where to start.
I can help with that.
yeah.
A few years ago, there used to be another priest in Skalitz. Simon, I think his name was.
He was a bit of
Simon.
a looker.
Father Simon, I remember him. That's the one who went missing, right?
Aye.
Isn't that the one I
don't want to
teased
spread
Teresa
rumours,
about
but
liking?
they say he was in love with his housekeeper. And then she died somehow, poor thing.
The whole priests
That's not a story
having
I've come
relationships
across.
with their
It only
housekeeper
reaches folk who care for such
was
things.
really
Well,
common.
to
It
finish
was
the
almost
story,
cliche.
Simon left the parish and
Well,
ran
you know,
away. You know that already.
people
There
are
was
people.
neither sight nor sound of him for
They
a
need
long
tenderness, they
time.
need intimacy.
Until this spring, he showed up here.
And what's he doing here?
That's just it. People say he's become a hermit.
All right. And where can I find him?
I couldn't tell you exactly, but you could start by talking to that girl's parents. Well, they
Okay.
live on a farm nearby, and it's likely they know more. They may even have had words with him.
I'll go and see what they have to say for themselves.
God go with you, lad, and I pray you find him. If some heathen stabs me in my sleep, I'd rather have a decent burial.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll bring someone.
This guy's really sanguine about his position, sitting here on his own, no defence. Find Father Simon. Talk to the family of Father Simon's housekeeper. Find the Skalit's priest. Wasn't that Father Simon? Oh, no, there was a guy who came after that. Let's check the map. Right. The family of Father Simon's of the housekeeper that died is pretty close, right near Skalit's. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Right, here we are approaching the housemaid's family's farm. I just did a quick detour to have a look at Skalit's, and I witnessed the most astonishing thing. There was a bunch of Cumans fighting with a bunch of bandits. So, well, as Napoleon said, never interrupt your enemy when they are in the process of making a mistake. So I waited, and there were 3 bandits left. I only had to fight and kill two of them. I sort of tempted them out with a few loose arrow shots, but the third one disappeared somewhere and I couldn't find him. But I got some good loot.
Answer me.
I'll answer you. Hello.
Greetings. What do you need?
I'm looking for the priest,
Simon.
Father Simon, and I heard you might know of him.
Simon? What do you want him for?
I'm looking for the priest who used to take care of St. James.
Have
And
him
the
come back
locals
to the
tell me they
church.
saw him around here.
I don't know if I can help you there. He'll never go back to his parish if you ask me.
Oh, I'm
Very
persuasive.
What is it you want to know?
Particularly when I've had a bath. What went on? I'll risk it. I'll ask.
What went on between Simon and your daughter?
Nothing that hasn't happened before. Our Mary was his housemaid in Skalit's. She was pretty, very pretty. And he was young, and so things went the way they do between comely young folk.
Yeah.
She came back home one day, heavy with child.
She seems quite
Yes.
understanding,
These
really.
things happen.
Not angry.
What can you do?
I said as much. I was just glad our girl was provided for. Only she never had the chance to hold that babe in her arms. She didn't live through the birth.
I'm very
yeah.
sorry.
Such is a woman's lot in life.
Yeah.
Men die in battle.
When
and
people
women in the
romanticize
arms
the
of
middle
midwife.
age, you just
And what
remind
happened
them
to
that
Simon?
people lived through to the
The poor
ripe old
man.
age have died in
He took it the
childbirth.
worst. He was sure God's wrath smote Mary for her fornication.
Nonsense.
That's rubbish. People lie together out of wedlock all the time, and God never smites them down.
That's just what I told him. But it's hardly my place to lecture a priest. And who knows? Maybe he was right. The Lord moves in mysterious ways. He was overflowing with grief. He barely spoke, didn't eat,
It would be a horrible
refused
thing.
to take a new housemaid. And then, one fine day, the presbytery was deserted.
Yeah,
He took a
it's not
good
an
season
unrealistic
before another
response to a
priest came
tragedy
along.
like that. Where is
Where
he?
can I find him? He's said to be wandering around here somewhere.
I heard that too, and I'm inclined to believe it,
Yeah, do say so.
even though I haven't seen him myself.
How come?
After our poor Mary went to her rest, we used some of the money he'd paid us to put a cross up by the roadside. And lately,
We do
there's
pass a
been
lot of
wreaths of comfrey turning up next to it. I don't
Comfrey,
take
that's a
them
purple
there,
flower.
nor my husband neither.
You think Simon does?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a miracle. I could believe anything. But there's not
Oh, I
been
think
fresh
it's
ones
Father
for a
Simon.
while. So perhaps he's moved on elsewhere again.
I see.
Where's the cross?
Can you tell me where
Tell
that
me.
cross is?
Certainly. There are settling tanks for the mines to the west of Skalit's. On the hill above them in the woods, there are several paths. Mary's cross is by one of them.
Yeah,
close
I've been
the
meaning
brook.
to have a look
All right,
around those
thanks.
buildings. I only saw them in part when I first returned to Skalitz and had other things on my
I'll
mind.
be going.
Very good then. And if you do find him, let him know that we have no hard feelings.
I'll tell him.
I will, yeah.
Take care.
Do you happen to have a tub that I can kind of wash in? I just noticed I looked a bit dirty, and I can't have the hood with Sir Radzig's coat of arms on it looking dirty. Because look, the horse looks fine. That's one fine looking horse, I love it. Oops, wrong button. Actually, I will say, I've noticed a huge difference between Bucephalus and Pebbles. Look, I don't want to, talk down Pebbles. He was my first after all. But the stamina that Bucephalus has just absolutely leaves him in the dust. I'd ride for a little bit and then I'd have to rest Pebbles. But Bucephalus, not a problem. I'm heading in this direction. Just around the back of Skalitz, and there's all of this infrastructure that was used for the silver mines. Just sitting here. Doesn't seem to be anyone about, sorry. I did also, have to say, and I think I've cut it out from your viewing pleasure, the fields around Skalitz are absolutely loaded with herbs. I just went round, I went picking crazy. I must have thousands of herbs. It was great. I'm going to have to come back and do more herb picking around here. And who knows, there might be a convenient clash between humans and bandits again, and I wouldn't say no to swooping in like a vulture and, taking all the loot I can. Where's this cross? Gonna have to check the map. Still ahead of me? Not far. It would be very easy to miss one of those little roadside crosses in all of this woodland, all of these pines. Whoop, don't want to fall down there. You really would have thought the parents would have put the cross in a more accessible place. Oh, I found a grave. Like right under my feet. I didn't have a map or anything. Let's see if there's anything good in it. Henry's become a gravedigger. I know. But, like if a tree falls in a forest and no one's there to hear it, did it make a noise? If Henry dug a body up in the forest and there was no one there to witness it, did it happen? Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, Milanese breastplate, dark noble boots. Another dice to add to my kit, hopefully better than the ones I got. Italian bassinet, that's a pretty striking looking helmet. Hair of the dog potion, might need that. Short sword razor, does 64 points of damage, that's pretty good for a short sword. Nice. And I can use it because the agility requirement is 9 and my agility is 10. Hercules in his die at 4. That means that once my strength hits 15, I'll be able to read this book and get another point. Yeah, this is great. And I just accidentally stopped the horse on top of it. Yeah. I'll definitely take it. Well, what looked like a fairly unprofitable little quest has already turned a profit. Oh, it's a bit steep down here. Oh, Jiminy. Oh, no, turn around and go back up here. Right, there it was. I completely missed it. Pardon my phone. And there are definitely flowers there, but that's not comfrey, that's poppies and dandelions.
This must be that cross. Mary's mother was right. Someone did lay flowers here recently.
Okay, well there's a path. Gosh. I'm not going down that path on the horse. I'll go down.
I should have a
on
look
foot.
around and see if there's comfrey growing anywhere nearby.
Yeah, but there was no comfrey there on the cross. Ooh, comfrey. There we go. You see? Nothing like what was on the cross. Little purple flowers. Yeah. And everything else fails. Follow the creek or the path. Don't really have a path, so I'll follow the creek. Can I go around it? Oh. Oh, come on. That hitbox for picking up things, honestly. Warhorse Studios, if you do another game, fix this. It's kind of irritating. Ooh.
Got bellyache, have you?
Oh, you've seen me.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I heard voices.
I was just passing and I heard voices, so I've come to see what's going on.
Nothing that's any of your business. Get lost.
Oh. He talks a
We'll
big
see about
game,
that,
doesn't he?
bastard.
Hey, I didn't want to attack him, but
Gone weak at the knees, have you? You're dead. You.
break your nose. Okay, right. I'm being clobbered by both of them. 2 on 1, it's not fair. Get off. You can see how the other guy is completely fudging my attacks. You bastards.
Is that the best you can do?
Almost killed me. 2 peasants with bare fists. Oh, jeez Louise. So you can see I was facing one guy trying to focus my attacks on him, but because the other guy was clocking me from behind, albeit with bare fists on full armor, I couldn't do anything. Sorry guys, you were killing me. I had to take out the weapons. You could have run away. You could have run away. But disappointed by that, and I'm disappointed in myself. I thought I would have been much better, even just using my fists against these guys. Oh well, dose of humility, that's all I can say. What does chamomile do? Does that... Okay, that's 200 health over a 5-hour period. That's pretty good. Lazarus. Adds 100. Okay, in 5 minutes. I'm going to take this and see how I go. Otherwise, I'll just top up with marigold decoctions. Right. Am I bleeding? Better check. Okay, not bleeding. No need to bandage. But my head's hurt, and my hand hurts, and my ribs hurt.
Oh, God almighty, what did you do?
Well,
I think
had
you'll
to.
find I freed you.
But what about those poor wretches? Did you have to kill them?
Sadly, yes.
Poor wretches. They assaulted you and held you captive. Who knows what they would have done to you?
I know, but that didn't merit a death
I
sentence.
know.
Apparently it did.
It was their choice. It did.
Merciful God, this is horrific.
Yes, it
Just
is.
calm down, Father. Justice would have caught up with them sooner or later. I'm sure their attack on you wasn't their first crime.
I know, but still.
I
I'm
feel
sorry,
bad
but there was
about
no
it
other
too.
way. With all this chaos in the land, scoundrels like these are crawling from under every rock. The governors throughout the realm are running out of hanging space.
Yep.
I'll have to bury them.
If it pleases you, Father.
Yep. Do
And
it.
to whom do I owe my salvation?
My name's Henry. You may remember me. I'm the son of the Scalit's blacksmith.
Your
Probably
face
grown up
does
a bit
seem
since then.
familiar. But listen, Henry, I can't help feeling you didn't stumble across me by accident.
It's true. I've come to ask a favour of you.
Me?
Big
What on earth
favour.
could I do for you?
I need you to go back to St. James. The folk there need spiritual guidance. Scalit's is a burned-out shell, and many have died in St. James. They need a priest. Any priest.
I understand.
Will do.
I have to disappoint you. I gave up my calling. Instead, I've given myself over to repentance.
Yeah, well, your vows are eternal, brother.
I know your story, Father.
Then you know what I'm guilty of.
A
Yes,
trifle.
and I don't want to try to make light of it. Your conscience is your own affair. But I know that deep down you're a good man.
You don't know what you're saying. You don't know me.
But I know what you did.
Well,
Many priests break God's commandments willy-nilly, and out the least a shame.
yeah.
That doesn't
They become
absolve me of my
cardinals
sins.
and
God's law is
bishops
set,
and
no
stuff.
matter how often it's violated.
You're certainly right.
Yeah.
But the people need you.
But
And forgive me
also,
for being blunt.
if he's
But while you
Catholic,
can leave
which
the
in
presbytery if you
1403
choose, it doesn't
he is,
absolve you of your duty to Christian
there is
folk.
the right of reconciliation or
I'm not
confession,
fit
and
to
he
guide
can be
anyone.
forgiven
I'm
and
unworthy
given a
to
clean
do so.
slate.
Priests,
Yeah, I was brought up
bishops,
Catholic.
monks, abbots, they're all sinners. Even the Holy Father himself is a sinner.
Yep.
You've done
It's
your
the human
penance,
condition.
and now your people need you.
Well, you're probably right. It is my duty,
It is.
at least for a time,
Think of it as
until
more
they find
penance if you
someone
must.
better.
I don't think they'll find anyone better in a
Apologies
hurry.
for sort of having
I'll take what I can carry
Strong.
and go back to St. James.
Thank
you
you.
know, religious views
Your
on this
parishioners
kind
will
of
be
stuff.
Very grateful.
I was raised Catholic. I'm actually now a Quaker, but I don't throw religion in anyone's face. And as a younger man, I actually almost became a priest, but I decided against it. Right, what do I do now? I think I go back to Rovna and let that guy know that a priest is on the way. Yep, that's exactly what I have to do. Yeah. That Lazarus potion's taking its time. Oh. Perhaps I should almost follow Father Simon, as he'd know the easiest way out of here, so I don't fall off any precipices or precipice? I don't know. Oh. Perhaps I could just walk along the creek. Okay. following that little creek really worked. So I'm back out near the mine infrastructure. See the burned out castle of Skalitz in the top there. I'd like to go exploring up there or in there, but I got to get back to Rovna and see this guy. Tell him there's a replacement priest, though he seemed only to regard that as a temporary duty, but I hope he falls into the spirit of it and remains the priest of St. James for the returning people of Rovna for the rest of our story, because that would be good. Do I go? Looks like I do go this way. Is that concrete? This one. Okay. Thought I heard something, but I'm not sure. Oh, don't go getting yourself in too much trouble. More infrastructure. Yeah, and some nettle. And some... I'm gonna get you, dandelion. I am, I swear. Stuffed. Oh, hello. Great, that was over his head. That was a bit closer. It took him down. All right. Oh, there's another guy.
Who's there?
Me!
Hey, who's there?
Just me. Stand still for a bit. Oh!
Crawling out from under some rock.
Okay, I'm just gonna run over here for him. And if he comes out, I'm gonna nail him. That's not an option. Yeah, heavy battle axe. Like the sound of that. You know, I think I discussed it before. Whilst axes don't seem to do that much damage, you know, 40 instead of 60 or 55, they do both slashing and bludgeoning damage. So that's pretty cool. Bit versatile, you know. Because I think I mentioned before, if you've got a sword, you come up against a guy in full plate armor, you're going to be taking a very long time trying to take him down, because armor just and chain resists slapping and slashing and stabbing. But if you've got somebody in pad like this, hitting with a mace, the mace gives them fantastic protection. But if you've got an axe, it'll do both. can I? Yes, I got the dandelion. That's a success in and of itself. Oh, what? There's another guy. Hello. Yep. These arrows drop really fast. Oh shit, there's two of them. Give myself a little bit of space here. Right, are they going to come out? Seems not. If I can only do one at a time, that'd be much better. I mean, they're hardly knights in shining armour, but like we've seen, well, they're coming again. Yeah, 2 on 1, even though I'm all armoured up and I'm pretty proficient. What are they running down there for?
You're dead. You asked for it.
Well, I did ask for it, as did you. Damn it, what weapon did he have? Okay.
What's going on there?
Well, I'm coming to kill you. That's the story.
Come on.
You're dead. And yeah, he's got a warhammer. As you know, I like warhammers. Some mail. A cuirass. That's good. Riveted vambraces. Look, riveted stuff's okay, but it's not the best. And if you're trying to sneak around, anything that's riveted just rattles. And you don't have a chance to sneak anywhere in riveted gear. Not saying that I'm a king of stealth in all of this plate, but better than riveted. Can we get up there? Come on. Right. Some chamomile. Fix the hitboxes. Some valerian, which is a drug that can help you sleep. Make tea with it. Right, well, I'll just pull out my super mace. Okay, that was pretty swift. I like that. While we're at the time, has he got any mates left inside? How many have I done? 5? Yeah, I think it's 5. Anybody left? Hello? You guys heard the good news about Jesus Christ? Sorry, religious joke. Okay, my nourishment's down to 64, so I don't mind if I do have a bit of chili. But is there anybody left here? There's a corpse there that I can pick over like the vulture I am. Right. Anyone here? Anything here? Nope. Nope. Come here, mate. Come on. Give you some praise.
There's the good doggy.
He was ready to spring into action. He didn't
That's
need
my
to this
boy.
time, but he was ready.
Look what I've got for you.
Stink meat!
You'll love this.
You can smell it. I've opened up the waxed bag, and there it is. Okay. Yeah, this was the guy that I was able to do from just over there. Oh, he's got a Master Huntsman's sword. That's alright. Good bit of money, I'll get about a third of that. I think that's the basic breakdown. On you're given a value of something, but you're only really able to sell it for a third. I'm okay with that. Any water? Yep. Oh, and a chest. It's just open because there's nothing in it. Looks like that's all there is for me to do here. It is a pity though that all this infrastructure is just sitting there doing nothing. Oh, I left my horse around the other side. Oh, who's that? Look like monk's robes or something. Or is it a woman? Oh, that's Father Simon. Yeah, let's not kill him. Let's not even choke him out.
Yeah.
Back to Rovna. And that strangely calm dude sitting by his garden.
God be with you.
And with you.
I found you
Do
a
I have a
priest.
priest for you?
Really? That's wonderful news. Who is it?
The former parish priest of St. James. I persuaded him to return to live among you, at least for a while.
So you found him.
Yes, I did.
Yes, he was roaming the woods around here.
Thank God. You'll see. Once there's a...
Yeah,
hope
people
so.
will be back.
I've put together a small sum for a new piece.
No.
So I thought a portion should definitely go to you as a reward.
Not at all. Not at all.
I couldn't possibly take it. You'll need the money to rebuild the village.
Yep.
As you wish then. I shan't weigh you down with it.
So, farewell to you. And I hope he gets it.
I'll
Okay.
keep an eye on him myself.
Righto.
God be
It's
with
all
you.
done. And a game save! Okay. Does seem like the light is fading. What's the time? It's almost dark. I did get distracted. Started by going the wrong way. Then I went and spoke with this guy. Then I went and witnessed a skirmish in the ashes of Skalitz.
Yeah!
And found the appearance of the housemaid of the priest with whom he was having an affair. And so I then went and got the priest back for St. James, and that pretty much
Yeah!
ate the day. Oh yeah, and I did have a fight with like 5-6 guys, one at a time, mind you, who were hanging out in the ruins of, I don't know what you call it, obviously the ore processing infrastructure, the mines at the foot of Scarlet's Hill. Oh, it was interesting. Got to stretch my legs. Got to clobber some people with that fantastic mace I was saving. And I also, in that skirmish I had at Scouts with the guys, there was a fellow who was like really fully armoured, hardcore, and he was wielding a ceremonial mace, which is a mace that has pretty much the same stats of the one that I'm using.
Yeah.
I think its charisma might be a point or so higher, but its stabbing damage when you poke people in the face with it might be a point or two less. But still, I've got the two best maces in town. I think I'll have to stay another night here at the inn at Talmberg. I know I wanted to get out of here, but looks like I'm back. And tomorrow morning I'll go kill some Cumans, I guess. Right. Good morning, everybody. Had a good night's sleep. No hangover. Now I am going to get rid of that Cuman camp that Captain Robard told me about. But almost on the way to that is where Ginger was hiding. And I think I've forgotten to tell Ginger that he's allowed to go back to Neuhof. So I'll do that now. Right, back to Ginger. And to be honest, I should probably think about tracking down Timmy as well. Been off on side quests for quite a while. Ginger, you're still here. Good lad.
You can return home. It was hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Thank you. I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing.
That's okay, lad.
If you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
It does sound a little bit sus, but okay. Hopefully it'll be some experience in my horse riding skill, which is pretty good. Right. Now let's get off and see to those... Oh gosh, when I say let's get off. Can't accuse Ginger of sounding sus when I say things like that. Get back to seeing to these Cumans that have taken up occupation. Okay, this is near the spot where the camp's supposed to be. Should be right ahead of me somewhere. Another path, and one here. Is it a path to their camp? If it is, fire an arrow and hightail the lot out of there. I'd love to draw one out, but not the whole bunch. Oh, yep, there's somebody.
Yeah.
Come on, was that enough to get you to come out? I think it was. Come on. Too many of them.
Yes.
3 of them right there. One was an archer, but 2 were heavily armoured. those two were on me at once. I do not fancy my chances. Oh well, he says that. Good, Papa. Yeah. Come on, dog. Come back.
To me?
I need you to be here in case I'm in a fight. Okay. Good dog. Not having much luck, just trying to tease one, maybe two of these guys out. I mean... yeah, that's better. Okay. Hey, took him down. Oh, that's their archer done. If there's just one of them. Yep, there's another guy. Yep, yep. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Just go up this road a little bit. They're all coming for me.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm really going to have to kite these guys.
Yeah.
That was a miss. And another miss, and I'm caught in a tree. And another tree. And another tree. Come on. Just want you. Oh, that was just staring at me like an idiot. Yeah, that got his attention. Alright, he's only in chain. Should do him alright. Oh, but he does have the metal face mask, so he is the leader. Oh, that was kind of disappointing for him. Nice colourful Cuman shield. I am looking for a bunch of the metal Cuman shields. I think they look good. Not quite as good defensively, but got an ear, got a mask, pauldrons, hauberk, boots, gloves, coif, a mask, and silver spurs. Pretty good. Let's see if I can pick away at the others. Did just kill the camp leader, which is pretty keen. Saw how good that new mace is, though. Doesn't always work like that, but it's still pretty good. Okay. Have they returned? Sat down, put the kettle on, brewing a pot of tea. Yeah, I'm going to pick over your body.
Hey, Ivanov!
Yeah, yeah. Is there one or two? Just that one. Well, keep the horse close just in case.
Itt épp egy malacka tévedt a disztóölé. Hey! Ott van! Vigyázz!
Boom. That's another metal shield like the one that I have. So, human axe, nothing spectacular. Let's do this guy first. Yeah. Better hunting arrows. Yes, long distance arrows. Just the stuff I can get money from. Now you, my son, you'll be worth a bit more. Ear bandages, Cruyff's caftan, hauberk harness, sausage. Pretty good. Okay. Now there's cleaned out these guys. I imagine I can take care of anyone who might be left. But there doesn't seem to be anybody left. Good stuff. Hello. He's growling. There might be one of them left. Somewhere in the area. Too difficult? Well, I might just have to have a little bit of hooch to, you know, loosen things up a little bit, make me a bit more confident. Still too difficult. What are you doing, boy? Is someone off in that way? All right. On second thoughts, not too difficult. Please let it be more than ladies' underwear. And it is. A whole bunch of stuff. Nice. I'll take that all. What is happening? Ah! There's somebody. May as well have a go. Oh, no, you don't. Cool. Oh, mercy kill. Yeah. I don't want caftan. Look, this is going to be a profitable little exercise for me. Really good. But I think that's probably everyone. Though, Mutt was growling in this direction. So, was there one more? I mean, there could be like an archer with some dogs hanging out here. Gotta say, I hate fighting dogs. Even more than I hate fighting multiple opponents. Because the dogs grab onto your arm, don't let go, stop you doing everything, and then you've just got to kill the dogs. No, doesn't seem to be anyone around here. Oh well. Call the horse. And I think I will go back to Rattay. Maybe see Teresa. What's this? That's Timmy. And report on all situations to Hanush. Right, I am back here in Rattay, Rati, whatever you want to call it, and looking for Sir Hanush of Leiper, who I really seem to be doing more work for at the moment than my own liege lord. There's sort of like a bit of a struggle between Hanush, Radzig and Divish about who actually gets to utilise my services. Here we go. Excuse me.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
The vicar.
It's all sorted out, sir.
Heretics.
No need to worry about the vicar anymore.
Excellent. Some good news at last. I've heard some pretty wild rumors from Uzhitz. So what happened there exactly?
Maybe this will surprise you, sir, but there really were heretics in Uzhitz.
Are you telling me the vicar didn't come to stick his nose in my possessions?
I don't know about that, but he definitely suspected there were heretics hereabouts, and he was right.
Christ. A man doesn't expect that sort of thing in his own fiefdom.
No.
Did you catch them?
The heretics have fled.
No, they ran away.
Don't admit to anything.
The vicar's investigation wasn't exactly low-key.
Yeah, good
Anyway,
excuse.
they've definitely fled beyond your estate.
Well, that's at least something. And the vicar?
He's probably hot on their heels.
Well, I hope he doesn't come back.
Me neither.
Anyway, Henry, thanks for dealing with that vicar. You pulled a thorn from my side. Here's a little token of my gratitude.
Thank you, sir.
God
What'd I
be
get?
with you.
Ooh, another longsword. St. Michael's. It's not St. George's one. The St. George's one is the best one, apparently, but I don't tend to use longswords too much. So, what I'm going to do, check time. Plenty of time. I might run down and see what Teresa is doing. I just quickly dunk my head in the trough.
Hey, lad! Don't you want a little wager on the Rattay tourney?
Hey, Miller Pesha, do you really want to lose your money? Big talker.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Now, bet on the
I'm
tourney.
interested in betting on the tourney.
Of course you are.
What can I bet on?
Let's keep it simple. You can bet on yourself to win the whole tournament.
Sure.
If you reckon you're up to it.
Certainly
Not everyone's got what
am.
it takes. If you lose, you forfeit your wager. But if you win, you'll get double back from me, on top of the prize money from Sir Hanush.
Sounds
That's a
good.
fair wager, ain't it?
Absolutely.
What do you say?
I'll take the
All right,
wager.
why the hell not? I'll try my luck.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, right up. 100, all the
A
way.
nice little wager. Well, break a leg. Literally, I hope.
Yeah. And I hope you get a rectal abscess.
Goodbye.
Now.
So what are we to do
Oh.
with you, Henry?
Thanks for the flash there, Teresa. Matthew and Fritz.
Matthew and Fritz send their regards.
They survived. My God, I'm glad. They helped me out a lot.
Really?
And where did you see them?
In Sasau. I bumped into them in front of the tavern. Where else?
Yeah,
And how are
typical.
they doing?
Healthy, but they have problems.
They're doing fine. The monks brought them back to health. But they don't have work, and they're in debt. You wouldn't happen to know of any jobs going for two lazy carpenters?
Way to
Not
sell it,
here.
Henry.
And I think it will be the same in all of Rattay. It's overcrowded with refugees and they're all looking for work.
That's true.
That's bad. Those two need work badly. To keep them out of mischief. You know what they're like.
I do indeed. Try the mills in the smaller hamlets. The miller in Ledechko is old. Maybe he could use some strong hands.
I will.
Ledechko's close. I like Ledechko. I brought you something.
I've brought you something.
No, it's the clothing. I bought that for her special.
Oh, how lovely. Thank you.
It's yellow. Oh, I was expecting maybe a bit more of a response, but you know, okay. Manage my expectations.
Do you still feel like doing something together?
It's quite late to be going out somewhere just now. Will you come tomorrow?
Yeah. I can do that. Come tomorrow. Now, what's the time? I could just load up all my stuff and sell it. Don't worry, I'll spare you all the tedium. Righto, I'm just coming back from that shopping expedition where I sold off all of the loot that I'd acquired while I was away, and I also purchased a few items, repaired a lot of items, but I now have about 19,000 groschen. And that's a very, very, very comfortable situation to be in. Now, Teresa doesn't want to see me today, so I'm going to try to see her tomorrow. So, I will be going to bed, sleeping the night, and waiting for my chance to woo Teresa. Anyhow, look, thank you very much for joining me on this journey today. It was a pretty profitable one for Henry, and I'm looking forward to the adventure as it continues to unfold. Anyhow, take care, everybody. Love to all, and I'll see you in the next episode.